Hi everyone, welcome back. So in today's video we'll be learning how to sew blazer and then how to fix already made shoulder pad. So if this look like what you like to learn, please continue watching. And then this is the second part of this video. So part one of the video where we actually drafts and cuts is on the description box. Please check the description box for the link. And then if you also like the pant I'm putting on, I will also include the link on the description box. So thank you so much for watching. If you're joining us for the first time, you're welcome. My name is Lillian. Please click the subscribe button. Let's get into it. So this is my center back, this is my side back, this is my side front, and then this is my center front. Okay, so I actually cut out a lining for each piece of it. Okay, so I'm actually using this shirt fabric. This shirt material is what I'm using as my lining. You can actually use whatever you want as your lining. You can use suit lining, so whatever you have. So what we are going to do now, you are going to bring in the center front. So let me take this whole piece off. Remember, our center front is actually 4 pieces, okay, because we are going to use 1 piece of it as the lining. So let me set this aside first. So what we are going to do now, I'm going to set this aside. So what you're going to do, you're going to bring in your center front. Place it like this, right side facing the right side. Okay, so after placing the right side facing the right side, all you need to do is to pin down. So after pinning down, go ahead and then mark out 1/2 inch. So this is it. So all you are going to do is to go ahead and then join by 1/2 inch. Okay, so after doing that, you are going to do the same thing with this other piece. So what you are also going to join this at this point by 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to also set this aside. So bring in the other 2 pieces. So remember, like I said, we are actually using the other piece as lining. Okay, so bring in the other 2 pieces that we have left. Okay, so what you're going to do with this is my lining. So all you are going to do, just the same way you pin the other piece down, you are also going to do the same thing. So guys, so just like we did with the other piece, we are also going to join this point by 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. So guys, this is it after sewing. Okay, so I already went ahead to join, just like I inserted those, and then I'll iron out, as you can see. Okay, so this is it for the main fabric, and then this is it for the lining. Okay, so this is it for the lining. So what we are going to do now, we are going to set this aside, and then we are going to bring in the center back and the side back. Okay guys, so this is it for the side back. And then this is the center back. We are going to take your center back, and then you're going to take your side back. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to join it right side facing the right side. What you're going to do, just like we added the center front and the side front, so you're going to go over to your machine and then you're going to join by 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'll set this aside, and then I'll do the same thing with this. Joining at this point by 1/2 inch. What we are going to do, this is it. Join at this point by 1/2 inch, and then join the other piece also at this point by 1/2 inch. Okay, so after joining, remember this is our center back. Remember we actually added 1 inch as our sewing allowance. So all you need to do is to join it together like this and then sew by 1 inch. Okay, remember our center back, it was 1 inch we added, so you are going to sew off your 1 inch on the center back. So this is what it will give us when we are done joining. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So guys, this is it after sewing. Okay, so I already joined by 1/2 inch, as you can see, 1/2 inch, and then the center back I joined by 1 inch and then iron out. Okay, so this is it, and then this is my lining. Okay, so I also joined the lining the same way I joined the main fabric. Okay, so this is my lining. I'm going to set the lining aside, and then I'm going to bring in my center front and my side front. So what I'm going to do now, this is it. So I'm going to join it right side facing the right side like this. The same thing to the other side. You're going to go over to your machine. Okay, so on your shoulder, join by 1/2 inch. By this other side, also join by 1/2 inch, and then by the side, go ahead and join by 1 inch. Okay, so hope this is clear. So you do the same thing with your lining. So however you join this, your main fabric is how you are going to join your lining. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So guys, so I already joined. Okay, so this is it after joining. So I already joined and then I iron out. Okay, so this is it. This is it for the main fabric, and then this is my lining. Okay, so I already also joined the lining and iron. Okay, so this is it for the lining also. Okay, so I'm going to set it aside. So you are going to bring this in. So you're going to do with this, you are going to join it right side facing the right side like this, and then pin down. So this is it. So when you're done pinning, what you're going to do, you're going to go over to your machine. You join at this point by 1/2 inch, and then you also join at this point by 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So guys, this is it after sewing. So after sewing, I went ahead to iron. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring in my, so you are going to bring this in. Okay, so bring this in. So what you're going to do, so you're going to join it right side facing the right side. Okay, as you can see, just place it right side facing the right side. Make sure it's aligning here, and then pin down. So after pinning down, you're just going to take it down to the other side. Okay, so this is my notch point. So stop it at your notch point, notch to your notch. Remember, I asked us to notch both ends. So when you're done, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, so also merge it together, notch to notch, and then pin down. Okay guys, so this is it. So what you're going to do now, you are going to go over to your machine, and then you're going to join by 1/2 inch. Okay, so join by 1/2 inch, stop at your notch point, come over here, also stop at your notch point. So this is it for the main fabric. Okay, so I'm going to set it aside, then I'm going to bring in the lining. Okay, so just the same way we did with the other fabric, we are going to do the same thing with the lining also. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll bring both pieces back. So guys, this is it. So I already joined. So after joining, I notch it around and then iron. Okay, to ease this point. This is it for the main piece, and then this is it for my lining. Okay, so I already joined, as you can see. So I mistakenly cut my lining with scissors. So this is the lining. I also did the same thing after joining and then I iron. So what we are going to do, we're going to set this aside. Okay, and then we are going to bring in your sleeve. Okay, so this is my basic sleeve. Okay, so the only difference between your normal basic sleeve and your blazer is your cap height. Okay, remember on our, when we were drafting the blazer, we actually came down, we added extra 1 inch. That is, remember I asked us to add 1 inch. Like if your chest line is 8 inches, you should add 1 inch, make it 9 inch. Then if it is 10 inches, add 1 inch to make it 11 inch. So since you already did that, you are going to do the same thing with your cap height. Okay, so let's say your cap height is 4.5 inch. You are going to add 1 inches to it to make it 5.5 inch. That's the only difference between your normal basic sleeve and your blazer. Just add 1 inch to your cap height. So hope we are good here. So this is my blazer sleeve. So I already have my allowance. So the only thing we need to do now, remember we actually extended our shoulder line by 1 inch. So you are going to do the same thing to your blazer sleeve so that it will actually fit. Okay, so this is my center. Okay, so this is my midpoint. So I already went up by 1 inch. So you can actually use curve rule or use your normal free hand. Okay, so just blend it in. Whatever you do on your blazer is what you're going to do on your basic sleeve. So your cap height had 1 inch, and then from this point just extend it by 1 inch. Okay, just like we did on our blazer. So I'm going to cut out. So this is for the blazer sleeve. So I'm going to cut out my fabric, and then I'll cut out my lining. So I'll do that and then I'll bring it back. Guys, this is it. So I'm done cutting. Okay, so this is my main fabric, and then this is the lining. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fix the lining on the lining of my blazer, and then I will fix the main fabric on my main piece blazer. Okay, so hope this is clear. So I'll go ahead and fix both the sleeve, and then I'll bring it back. So I already joined the sleeve. Okay, so this is it. I already joined my sleeve, and then this is it, and then this is it for my lining. Okay, so this is my lining. So what we are going to do, so you are going to come over here, and then we are going to join it right side facing the right side. Okay, so I actually already marked before I realized I was not actually filming. That is why you're actually seeing this mark here. So you are going to come over here, you're going to place it like this. Okay, midpoint to midpoint. Okay, make sure they are aligning, then go ahead and pin down. Okay, so after pinning down, you are going to take it like this. So guys, whatever you are doing, make sure they are aligning on both points. So you are also going to come over here, also going to pin down. After pinning down, watch what I'm doing. You're going to also come over here. Okay, so after pinning down, come over here. Also going to pin down. Okay, so when you're done doing that, you're going to come over to this other side. You're going to do the same thing. Just make sure they are aligning at that point. Pin down. So like I said, I'm actually redoing this because I did not press play before. So what you're going to do, as you can see, I already marked. So what you're going to do is to join by ½ inch. Okay, so just come over here, measure ½ inch, join by ½ inch, join by ½ inch, follow it like this, stitch like this to the end, follow it like this. Okay, so just here, like this. Okay, so I'll go over to my machine and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So guys, so this is it. So I already gone ahead to sew, and then after sewing, I turn it to the right side and then iron out. Okay, so this is it. So what we are going to do now, you are going to come over. Okay, your sleeve lining, what you are going to do, so it depends on the allowance you actually added. What you're going to do, you are going to come over to your sleeve. Okay, the lining sleeve, you are going to take off 1 inch. So I'm going to take off 1 inch. I'm just going to mark my 1 inch, then cut it out. Okay, so you might not be seeing it. I'm actually using a white chalk, so just mark out 1 inch. After doing that, what you're going to do, so at this point you need to watch carefully. So what you're going to do when you're done with that, you're going to take this, bring the lining. Remember, this is the right side, so bring it in, bring it into the wrong side. So this is the lining of this side, so bring the sleeve lining into the wrong side. So you bring your main fabric sleeve also. Okay, so watch carefully so that you understand what I'm doing. You're also going to bring this in like this also to the wrong side. So when you're done, you're going to take both sleeves. Okay, you're going to take both sleeves, open it up like this, and then take this, also open it up like this. So what you're going to do, you're going to join them like this. Okay, right side facing the right side, join them like this, and then pin down. Okay, so just do well to pin it round. Okay, then go ahead and then sew by ½ inch. Okay, I hope we know how to do this. So just go ahead and then sew round by ½ inch. Okay, just gently sew it round by ½ inch. So I'll go ahead and do that and do the same thing to the second sleeve, and then I'll bring it back. So this is it after sewing. Okay, so I already sew and then turn it out on the right side. Okay, so this is it after sewing. This is the other side of it, so I already also turn it out. So what we are going to do next now is we are going to reduce our lining. Okay, so just like we did with the sleeve, we are going to do the same thing with the lining.
So you're also going to take off 1 inch. So this is it. So I already trim off my 1 inch. So after trimming off, what you're going to do, you're going to turn it like this. Okay, so just turn it like this. Okay, so watch what I'm doing. Turn it like this, and then you are going to join at the hem, right side facing the right side. This is it. What you're going to do, you're going to go over to your machine, and then you're going to join at this point by 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So I already went ahead to sew by 1/2 inch, just like I instructed. So what you're going to do, pull your sleeve in like this. Okay, put your both sleeve inward. So what you're going to do now, you're going to go over to your machine, and then you're going to join together. Okay, remember we added 1/2 inch. Okay, you can either use that same 1/2 inch, or use 0.3 or 0.2 to hold it together at this point. Okay, so hope this is clear. So I'll go over to my machine and do that, and then I'll bring it back. So I am done sewing. So guys, we have everywhere locked now, as you can see. So we have everywhere locked. There is no open space yet. So we have everywhere locked, both by the side. So I did not use 1/2 inch, as you can see. I used very small space to actually join, about 0.2. You can see. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to come over. We are going to bring out your sleeve. Okay, so bring in your lining, the sleeve lining like this. So as you can see, this is my sleeve lining. So what we're going to do, we are going to tack this our shoulder pad. So what we are going to do, just fold it into 2. This is actually to find the midpoint, so I'm just going to mark it like this. Okay, so after marking, what I'm going to do, this very point, this very midpoint, this is where I'm going to place it. It's going to be between your shoulder line like this. Okay, so just place it. I'm going to carefully tack. Okay, so watch what I'm doing. Make sure your midpoint is on exact your shoulder line, and then go ahead and tack. Okay, so tack it along your 1/2 inch. Okay, so after doing that, you're going to come over here, and then just go ahead and also carefully, okay, so just carefully hold it down here. So this is it. So come over here, also do the same thing, also hold it together carefully. Okay, so when you're done, come over to this other side. So guys, so this is it when you're done facing. Okay, so this is what it will look like when you are done tacking. Okay, so this is it. So the same way we tack this here, go ahead and then do the same thing with the other sleeve. So I will do that, and then I'll bring it back. Okay, so I will do the same thing here, and then I'll bring it back. So this is it. I already tagged the shoulder pad on both side shoulder. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to open up. Okay, so you can either open up from the side, or you open up from the center back. So I'm going to open up from the side. So go ahead and then pick a point, and then open out. So okay, so this point, remember, we are going to open is the lining you are actually opening up. So guys, so this is it. So create enough space that will be enough for you to bring everything out. So from this point now, I'm going to turn. So when you are done, all you need to do is to come over here, this point where we turn, just close it by 0.1. okay, so just close this point up, and then if you wish to add button, go ahead and then fix your button. Okay, so this is the end of this video. So I'm going to share the finished look with us.